Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kayla. If you're new here, you should definitely subscribe. Today's video is going to be some of my favorite books that will help you get out of a reading slump. These are all 5-star reads. They're incredible, and I flew through all of them. So let's get into it. So first we have to start with my most favorite book of all time, The Inheritance Games. Okay, this is such a good book. Like, I'm in love with everything about this book. The characters, the story, the romance, the mystery, all of it. There's so many plot twists. And then there's a second book, The Hawthorne Legacy. They're incredible. The third one is coming out and I cannot wait for it. I'm gonna pre-order it. It's gonna be here on in August. I might make a whole video of like my reaction while I'm reading it. Not sure yet, still deciding. But these are my favorite books of all time. They're perfect. Like, nothing is wrong with them. They are perfection. So in The Inheritance Games, the first one, this girl named Avery Grams is just a normal gal going through her life problems, and she randomly invited to a giant mansion, and then she finds out that she's inheriting everything that this old man had, and he was like a bajillionaire. He has all the money, all of the things. It's now hers. But she's young, so the family can like technically get her out. So she's trying to not die while things are going on. Everyone's trying to figure out why she's the one that got it and when she isn't even in the family. But then she has things going on. There's a romance or a couple romances that spark. There's some family drama. There's a lot of family drama, suspenseful things, some action, some mystery, some puzzles to solve. Okay, next we have The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This was another book that got me back into reading, and it's kind of a relatable book. It goes through the lives, or the potential lives that this girl could have had. When it starts out, she's in a negative place, not doing well, and then she gets transported into this other world where she gets to live out a bunch of different lives with like different outcomes, and it's very interesting and a good like way to shift your perspective of life. So I highly recommend this as well. Next up we have Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. This came out in January. It's her newest book, I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly positive it's her newest one. It's so good. So this mom, something happened and she's not able to see her kid, but she finally wants to reunite. But the people that are taking care of her kid won't let her because of the big reason that happened. But she starts to fall in love with someone that does have access to her kid, and it's a whole mess. But it's great. Every Colleen Hoover book I think is great. I've only read Ugly Love and this one, and I want to read them all because Ugly Love and this were both 5 stars. But I didn't put Ugly Love in this one because it's sad. This one is not sad. It's, at times it is, but it's good. It's very good. Read it. I read it in like a day. Next up we have The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. This is a perfect summer book. It's so lighthearted for the most part. There's a fun romance. There's just perfect summer vibes. Like, my dream summer is this book. So the main character, Meredith, goes to Martha's Vineyard with her whole family for a vacation because her, I think it's aunt or cousin or something like that, she's getting married. But they have a thing called Assassin where they basically squirt each other with water and see who makes it to the end. So there's like a fun, youthful aspect of it where it's just like fun and games, but then there's a bit of a romance that sparks. But later on in the book you find out something that might change this romance. I was so conflicted and angry at the person involved, but it ends up working out, which is great. Perfect summer vibes. You're on a beach, You're on Martha's Vineyard. You are falling in love with a boy. It's great. It's so fun to read, and I wish I could read it again for the first time. It's so good. Next, one of the first books that got me into reading was Dark Metropolis by Jacelyn Dollamore. This book is crazy. There's also a ton of plot twists in this book. I think I read it in like 3 days, which when I was starting, that's very good. Basically, people are going missing. There's some sketchy stuff going on in this town, and yeah, it goes crazy. Everything is a plot twist in this, and it's so good. So in this book, the main character, Thea, she's just a normal gal, but her best friend, Nan, disappears. No one knows where she is. So she meets a boy. They have a thing going on. They obviously she wants to find out what's going on and where her best friend went. So they go on an adventure, a crazy adventure. They try to find out what's going on while the boy also has secrets he's hiding. So it's kind of like a thriller, a little bit. There's some mystery, there's a little tiny bit of action. It's also kind of based around magic, but it's not like Harry Potter magic. It's like otherworldly magic. I don't know how to really describe it, but it's great. I highly recommend. Lastly, we have The Beginning of Everything by Schneider. This is the book that got me into reading, so I have to include it because it's like what started my whole reading journey. Basically, there's a new girl in town named Cassidy Thorpe, and the main character, Ezra, starts to fall in love with her, but some bad stuff happened before that, and now it's following their romance, but there's some things that happen. It's really good. I highly recommend this as well. So these are all of my five-star reads that I recommend you to read if you are in a reading slump. They will help you out. Summer of Broken Rules. This is the best summer vibe book, so I'd highly recommend reading this one now just to get like those vibes. And then next, read The Inheritance Games. Everyone needs to read these. If you like a little bit of mystery, you like some romance, you like a lot of plot twists, this is for you. Like I said, it's perfection. And I cannot wait until the third book comes out. But if the third book is the last book, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be rereading these like once a year at least. I am obsessed. Let me know in the comments what your favorite book is, and maybe I'll read it next month. I've been on a reading kick. In May, I read 5 books. My goal was 2. I'm pretty impressed with myself. Next month, I'm gonna have a whole reading wrap up for what I've read so far this year. So be on the lookout for that, because that is gonna be a good video full of recommendations. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe, turn on bell notifications to get notified every time I post a new video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.